Let's roll.
Escorting hostages. I'm bringing the hostages out. Come on, let's go! rescue. Counter-terrorists win. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. Hostages coming out. Counter-terrorists win. Flashbang out! Throwing smoke. Flashbang. Covering with smoke. I'm bringing the hostages out. Hostages coming out. Terrorists win. Safety, people, safety. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Cover this area. Let's go! Flashbang out. Grenade out. Flashbang. Counter-terrorists win. Come on, let's go!
兄弟加油，相信你。
1v4不是梦，兄弟。Sorry.
Fuck, man.
Covering with smoke.
Oh my god.
Break time's over, ladies. Let's go.
What I dream?
Smoke. Grenade. Throwing flashbang. Throwing incendiary. Counter-terrorists win.
漂亮。
Escorting hostages. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Careful, guys.
Throwing smoke. Fire in the hole. Flashbang. Flashbang out. Throwing fire.
Fuck. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah.
This is it. Let's go. Grenade out. Cover. Smoke. Grenade. Incendiary out. Hostages coming out.
Downstairs. Yeah, downstairs. Careful. Shoot the hot step. We only have 10 seconds left. Shoot it. Go.
The hostages out. Terrorists win.
Oh my.
Come on, let's go. Flashbang. Flashbang out. Flashbang out. Escorting hostages.
go, let go.
Hostage has been rescued. Counter win. Cowboy up and let's go. Throwing smoke. Incendiary out. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang out. Throwing fire. Escorting hostages.
Go, guy. We win this round. Oh yeah. Nice.
Go, go, go!
马尾皮，
So nice.
Let's move out. Covering with smoke. Smoke. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. I'm bringing the hostages out. Counter-terrorists win. Come on, let's go! Throwing smoke.
Oh my god, dude. You gotta be kidding me.
Incendiary out.
Oh yeah, so nice. Okay. Careful. Yeah, you shoot the hot pack.
Hostages coming out.
Let go, let go.
Wow, nice.
So nice. Good teammate.
Come on, let's go! Covering with smoke. Flashbang out. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. Flashbang. Grenade out. Throwing fire. Counter-terrorists win. Go, go, go!
Sorry.
Throwing smoke. Flashbang. Throwing incendiary. Covering with smoke. Flashbang out. Escorting hostages. Terrorists win.
Sorry, Kai. Sorry.
Let's go. Go, go, go. Let's go. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. I'm lighting it up. Stop.
Oh my, so nice. Fuck no. Oh yeah. Super.
Go, go, go. Let's go. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. Terrorists win. Let's do this thing. Come on. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Throwing smoke.
兄弟加油！
Terrorists
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go.
Careful, guy. There are so many snipers.
Fire in the hole. Flashbang.
Oh my god, no.
I'm laying down some smoke.
Lol. Careful about the second hashtag.
Throwing a flashbang.
Only 20 seconds left. The second hashtag. The second. Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Let's do this quick. Smoke. Go. Grenade. Flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang. I'm laying down some smoke.
Don't move.
Be careful about the second hashtag. You can take it. Be careful, guys. Don't rush. You want to take a cover. Nice. Good job.
Terrorists win.
What the fuck? Who's supposed to kick him?
Grenade. flashbang.
Oh yeah.
Let's do this. Throwing fire. I'm throwing a grenade. Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. I'm throwing smoke.
Oh. Can I?
Terrorists win.
Another 2 rounds.
Yes. Yes. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Flashbang. Smoke. Throwing flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang. I'm throwing smoke. I'm lighting it up.
Oh yeah.
Last one.
That's the last one. We should do our best.
Flashbang. Fire in the hole. Throwing a flashbang. Grenade. Throwing smoke.
Oh my god. So nice.
Wonderful.
Gee.
네, 아시아 CSGO 마이너 챔피언십 오늘의 마지막 경기가 지금 현재 기다리고 있습니다. 타일루 대 레네게이드의 승자적 경기가 지금 현재 기다리고 있는데요. 네, 저는 진행의 조석근이라고 하고요. 오늘 이번 경기 도움 말씀에는 우영재 해설님과 린다 해설님 모시고 진행해 보도록 하겠습니다. 반갑습니다.
안녕하세요.
네, 반갑습니다.
네, 반갑습니다.
이제 오늘의 마지막 경기만을 남겨놓고 있습니다. 승자전 경기.
Spot, you'll have a better seeding going into the major qualifier, which is of course extremely important for these teams, having the easier start to that Swiss system later on.
Yeah, to try and help them out a little bit as they work their way through. And it is of course the two big dogs, the matchup that everyone suspected would be coming their way. You expect to possibly see the rematch of it as well towards the final, because these were the two big names. You looked at Group A, you looked at Group B, and what was certain for everyone was Renegades and Tyloo would be dominant.
Obviously there were room for upsets, Flash Gaming, Kings Gaming, etc., but unfortunately those teams, well, they're still in the tournament. Well, Kings aren't, but of course Flash are. Yeah. Some of those teams are still in the tournament, but they're there towards the lower bracket of the double elimination bracket. And yeah, obviously, as you mentioned before, the two favourites going into the minor, as now these teams are fighting for arguably more important than the prize money, that spot at the major qualifier.
Yeah, that's very true, to try and secure themselves in there and work their way through. See if somehow they can actually secure a spot at the major. It's everyone's dream. It's what we all work towards, what we all look up to. But will it be possible for one of these squads?
Will it be possible?
Very, very true. But obviously they can try and secure that now as we get into that best of three. It'll be interesting to see what the map veto actually is going to be between both of these sides as well. Now, Tyloo, obviously in that game against MVP, just pure ease, pure dominance. Yeah. Apart from the first map actually being a little bit of a tighter squeeze.
I was going to say the first map on Cash, obviously it was a massive comeback in the favour from Tyloo. I believe they were 11-1 or 12-2, something ridiculous like that down. And obviously they win that second half pistol. And for MVP, they were shouting, screaming. We could hear them as well between the studios, just being so loud. And the problem is, it seems like they burnt out all their energy. They go into the second half when things went south. They pretty much deflated, and from there, things didn't end too well. But obviously, Tyloo 2-0ing MVP, and now they're making it to the upper bracket final, I guess, trying to qualify for the major qualifier. And yeah, versus Renegades, potentially the most well-rounded and most coherent team here.
Yeah, very, very true. Obviously, Renegade seems like structurally right now, that is why they have been able to get those wins out. If you did miss it as well, the game they had earlier on, the best of three against Flash Gaming, to see who was going to be going to the upper bracket and who would be knocked down into that lower bracket, that was basically the closest series you could ask for that did go to maps. It was 16-14, 16-14 again.
Yes, and obviously that was one of the games, I believe it was the second up on Cash, where it was a 12-6 deficit for Renegades. They still managed to bring it back. So similar to Tyloo, actually. Tyloo were an 11-1 deficit in their game earlier, and we saw Renegades come back from a 12-6 scoreline. So both of these teams showing tremendous heart and actually showing mental capability to come back into those tough games when things obviously don't get off to a great start.
Yeah, it's true. The fortitude that they need to help them out in that scenario. And this is going to be the question. The structure on the side of Renegades should be a lot more polished. Communication's a lot easier for them as well, because obviously right now Tyloo is basically team communication breakdown. It's going to be very hard for them to get things across. Obviously, you can see how that issue has come back to bite them quite a few times already, obviously, throughout the series, as they have played with the early start. And that seems to be measured on the standpoints on Cash as well, because they couldn't quite get it together. Everyone was very frustrated. Once they got that sorted, that's when it started to improve. But we do have the veto coming through for the best of three nods.
So Tyloo going to be picking Inferno, Renegade's going to be picking Cobblestone. Actually, I'm surprised that Tyloo let that one through. Then, of course, Mirage being the final decider. So for Renegades, we saw a massive 16-2 win earlier on in the minor versus Kings on this map. For Tyloo, first picking Inferno. And obviously for Cobblestone, both these teams do like that map. We saw Tyloo play, I believe it was Flash Gaming on Cobblestone, and they had a fairly one-sided win on that. And then obviously for Renegades, playing Cobblestone at DreamHack Denver, going 16-14 versus CLG. And actually, this is the first time we've seen Renegades playing Cobblestone. Every single team so far has nearly first banned that map. So surprising to see that Tyloo let that one through, even though both these teams are comfortable on Cobblestone.
Yeah, that is true. Obviously, both of these squads definitely have a lot to prove on this this video throughout this best of three. I think this is actually a pretty good map pool, to be honest. Yeah, I think this does provide for some good entertainment. Of
course, you know, the final map being Mirage. Both those teams are no strangers to that one. And I believe we're going to be going live to the pistol, but as I said, the pause will be coming through. Still to talk about the buy just a little bit. Nifty going to be going for the smoke and diffuse kit. And for the T side, actually, somebody hasn't bought just yet.
Oh.
For the... Before we saw the faces of Tyler, I believe it was 2 players of utility from Tyler. So this could mean a execution towards B if they run up banana, smoke coils, smoke CT, or maybe go back towards a smoke arch, and then use that second smoke towards mini pit when they go on towards that A site. I guess we are about to find out.
Yeah, there's obviously everything just getting completely sorted there, and we're 100% going to be jumping underway with Renegades taking on Tyloo. The first map of this best of 3 will be Inferno. Inferno.
Well, I guess it is the new Inferno.
Yeah, in some ways.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
It's a little bit weathered now, mate. But let's get into the action anyway. Tyloo going to be starting off on that T half. Renegades over on the CT side. Yep. Let's kick it off, Snods.
Obviously, Tyloo picking this map, which means Renegades get the choice of sides, and they're going to be deciding to go on the CT defense to start things off.
Yeah, trying to go for this burst play out towards Banana early on as well, as Bondic will lead the charge, the super sub for the squad, as he is on loan from Hellraisers. They get ready to try and raise some hell themselves, though. As the nades will be soaring across the sky, they're going to be blocking off that coverage from CT as well, as they'll slip their way in, but can they actually cause havoc? JKS with the opener, but there's the response as he will go down. Site control has been taken. Bondic as well, ready for more as he charges in to attempt to best Nafly. Naf as well, re-peaking, but not really getting too much achieved. They've also lost Nifty now, so it's on to Ustilio, Azza and Naf. Not a great situation to be in on this retake. 4 versus 3, Nafly is dinked up as well. Kit wants to drop close towards the B side so they can maybe try and retrieve this as the retake continues. It's going to be Tyloo in such good after plant position as well. He's still peeking up through Coil, trying to find this frag onto the enter, but eventually being taken down. It's going to be Nafly now in the 1 versus 3, only on 15 HP. He went towards Paul, is trying to play that headshot angle as he was 1 bullet away from going down. But eventually Tyloo will claim that T pistol. Yeah, obviously got Captain Mo a little bit hungry after that round as well. He had to chow down on whatever that was. But
is it licorice? Is it chewing gum? He seems to be eating something every single game.
It's keeping him going. It's getting him pumped.
Round number 2, after Tyloo do claim the pistol, they were the 1-2-0 advantage. The Renegades right now will only be Azza and Nafly, buying up Kevlar and forcing up fully. So Nifty going for the USP. Obviously didn't get a kill in the last pistol round, so we can't really afford to buy Deagle and still be able to buy that AWP and Kevlar to the first buy round. Ooh. Just going to be going for the USP. And already Nafly, one of the players that did actually go for Kevlar, already taken out the server.
Yeah, we went out there. Obviously, we expect to see him popping off consistently throughout. He is one of the top dogs. Absolutely fantastic player. Relies quite heavily on his individual skill, but he is impactful. And that will be coming through in leaps and bounds in his own play. Nifty with an early tag as well. Does get him quite low, but Captain Mo will trade it back. Bondic as well going to come through, so at least the SMGs are maximising the cash throughout this round as they have now secured a site control. They can get that free bomb plant down. If they go through with no casualties here as well and actually could try and scout out a little bit, see if they can spot out JKS and Azza, this would be a very, very effective round for them. They're just going to play it smart as well. Just exit together. Try and keep it calm.
Yeah, I mean, for Renegades right now, you may as well just save the Deagle into the next round and the Kevlar and CZ onto Azza. No reason to give these SMGs an extra $600 apiece.
Exactly.
As they will hold. And obviously, if you're holding the angle as well, it's easier to get that kill if someone from Tyloo was to walk and run into your crosshair, rather than you peeking them without the Kevlar. Nevertheless, though, as you said, it's going to be 2-0 now to Tyloo, as they do claim the win versus the Quasi-Bard from Renegades. So the question is, going to the first buy round, now the fact that Renegades only had 2 players go for the Force, will the factor of having a little bit of extra cash going to the first buy round make a massive difference in terms of utility? Obviously, Kevlar is $750, that's enough for a Molotov, nearly a flashbang as well. As we do go into round number 3, should be the full eco now from Renegades. Obviously, they did save the Deagle and CZ, but apart from that, that's the only real opposition and resistance Tyloo should be facing into this round.
Yeah, Renegade's not really going to be able to do too much. Obviously, the light investment that they can go for in terms of that Deagle and the CZ, that's basically going to be it. They can try and go for a little bit more of an aggressive play, get it over with quickly if they want to. Roll the dice if they feel like it.
They're feeling lucky today. Usually you see a stack here, maybe having the Deagle and CZ play towards the same side. That way you can have the most impact possible if Tyloo went towards there. But instead it will be the normal JKS and Nafly combo. Actually, no, it's Nifty this time with the USP towards the B-bomb site. He will be taken care of. As up with that, Kevlar and CZ finds one, with the B size up for grabs, and it is a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, they've lost Bondic. He has gone down though, but towards the B site they have realised it is completely scot-free. No one is there to try and stop them. Ustilio as well, confused as he looked back and somebody gets not one but both frags, taking them both down with ease. So that's all 3 rounds now claimed from Tyloo, and this is where Renegades need to get their head back in the game and kick it off for real.
As you said, this will be the first buy right now of this first map between these two Titan teams at the Asian Minor. The winner of this best of 3 will qualify for the major qualifier in Atlanta. So as we go into round number 4, it's going to be the UMP cap for Captain Mo, Galil for Didi. 3 AKs as well to finish off the rest of the Tyloo buy. Renegade's going to be awarding 4 M4s, and the AWP once again onto Nifty. And actually, look what they're missing, Jack. No kits right now for the CT side, so if Tyloo can find their way into one of these sides, get that bomb planted. If the retake did come to fruition, Renegades will be distinctly lacking some utility.
Oh, Nifty realizes that something is coming his way and doesn't fancy dealing with it from the angle he was in. Starts to back off as the site control comes around. Look at this pre-fire as well from somebody! The double entry off the back of that. That is so flamboyant and so absolutely fantastic. Nafly as well going to fire back. Does take down Bondik, but look at the situation they're in already. Site control taken by Tyloo with ease. They've overrun them. They've forced them back. Renegades have to save. The call has been made.
Exactly. They've lost 4 on the trot now, which means they are going to have that maximum round loss bonus, $3,400. So these players from Renegades can drop over M4s onto Azza and Nifty. So as long as they save here all 3 of these rifles, they will have a full buy to the next one. Obviously, if one of these players was to be taken out by Tyloo, if you had only 2 players survive, Jack, that means only 2 players can drop, which means a player from Renegades would be lacking. But it seems likely here that Renegades do save all 3 rifles going forward into round number 5. But already a very strong start from Tyloo. Somebody going on a low mission there. The jumping first headshot as well into Nifty was unbelievable. And that will grant them that first buy round win. 4-0 now as we go into round number 5. And Tyloo already looking hot.
It's true. Very good stuff coming out from them. Massive opening round as well. You want to try and get that locked down early. The only thing is, Renegades were able to get away with 3 saves there, so they do still have the rifles in commission. Utility is pretty weak, though, and those light investments around this will come back out. We're going to see as they're going to go for the UMP, so they can at least have basically 5 weapons here. Obviously, Nifty, he doesn't really want to run the risk because he knows he needs to get that AWP back out. He can be very impactful with it as well, especially on that CT half. So it's unfortunate we actually didn't see more impact from him earlier. I expected he was going to be actually quite crucial.
Yeah, and especially the way that Tyloo played that round, walking in towards quad, walking into his crosshair, missing that first shot, trying to fleet back towards default, but didn't get there in time. So the drops, oh, actually the drops are a lot weaker than previously thought. Nifty having no Kevlar, just a deagle. You still has 1.8k in the bank. So I believe the idea here from Renegades is even if they lose this round, they can still buy up into round number 6. Obviously dropping a UMP is far less costly than an M4. That leaves you still with 1.8k, obviously plus the round loss bonus. If they lose this one, means he will have enough for an M4 anyway in case things don't go their way. So towards
potential damage, but Bondik and Captain Mo have responded very swiftly, and once again, it's just still a Nafly. They're trapped. This is going to have to be another save, I imagine, because there's just no point in going for this. They're not going to find too much for it. Luckily, the push from Bondik has dialed back a bit. I thought he was actually going to work around and try and see if he could stick his nose in towards the B side and spot them out if they do go for the save. But Renegades saving again.
It seems like these rotations from B towards A, from Speedway towards A, are just 5 to 10 seconds too late. You see that the bomb's already down, and before they can even get to the retake, Library smoked off, Archer smoked off, and the call to save is already being used. So it's going to go 5-0 now as Tyloo with a very, very convincing start. Then again, we know that Tyloo are very quick to the trigger. But let's see, a pause going to be called by Tyloo, actually, of all teams. I imagine they're expecting something strange to come out from Renegades. Maybe a triple push towards Banana, smoke towards the bottom of it, double molly and then the push coming down. Maybe an apps push from the side of Renegades. Something different to throw a spanner in the works and try and catch Tyloo off guard. Right now for Tyloo.